Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Daily Race B at Interlagos. As it turns out, the last Daily Race B of Interlagos, as it's Sunday night, and ironically the race that gave me my best result. So let's jump into the action and see how it goes. I managed to qualify in 5th using one of my favourite cars, the Aston Martin DB9, definitely one of the best sounding cars in the game. Swapping into my preferred driving view, we take it down the start and finish straight, heading into turn 1. Car 4 there, little bit squirrely, thought he was going to lose it but manages to keep the place, keep it tight, hit the apex. Just up in front, car 2, Venom has actually dropped a place, went wide, dropped down into position 3 now. Right behind me we can see the Beetle, still the strongest car in this particular race and definitely has been the meta car for this week. Up ahead, 2 cars getting a bit feisty, but everybody manages to get around that corner okay. Accelerate hard through the sweeping left-hander before heading down the short straight into the tight midfield section. Brake for a 50-metre section. I'd actually a little bit late there, ran wide, that allowed the Beetle to come up, overtake me on the inside, but as we come up to the next corner I carry a little bit more speed through there, give him a little tap, nothing worth of penalty thankfully, and rubbing is racing as they say. Myself and the Beetle both hugging the curb. As we approach the next corner, he takes inside, I go to the left hoping to pull a switcheroo, but the Nissan also wanted some of the action in this corner, and yet somehow my extra speed allowed me to power right through the middle of both of them. Really want to just watch it again. Hard but fair racing there from all 3 of us, and who says 3 into 1 doesn't go? And that gives me a little bit of space as we head into a tight left-hander. Clip the apex, pair out to the right, and if you watch your rear view you can see that the Nissan and the Beetle made contact, forcing the Beetle to drop 2 places, giving me a little bit of breathing space and allowing me to compose myself as I get the power down, up the hill, head towards the start finish straight and cross the line for what was a very interesting first lap. Braking hard into the first corner, and as we come around the apex we can see the small group of cars in front of us still fighting amongst themselves. That's fine, gives me a chance to catch up the more they fight between each other. I'll just speed it up for the next few corners as it's not much apart from me really just playing catch up. As we reach the infield I've managed to make up some ground, mainly thanks to them fighting amongst themselves, but I'll take that. As we make our way around the next corner you can see the Subaru and the RCZ making contact with each other. That results in the Subaru getting a 2-second penalty and allowing me to catch right up to the back of this little group. No heroics here, just want to make sure I take these next 2 corners very cleanly because I know as soon as the Subaru reaches the penalty line he's going to be forced to slow down. That's going to guarantee me at least 1 place increase. I don't know why, but the Beetle just didn't have the acceleration coming off that last bend, allowed me to pull up alongside of him. Now fair play, he could have moved across, he could have tried to shove me, but he didn't. It was effectively a drag race all the way down the straight. I just managed to pull ahead, later on the brakes, and that was me up into 3rd place and a podium position. Now I'll fast forward again here for the next little section, until we get to the end of this straight, at which point you can see that the Beetle is coming in very hot behind me. He's got too much speed, runs wide, scrubs all his speed off, and that allows me to get a little bit more of a gap and focus ahead of me. For these few corners it's pretty much status quo. The RCZ can't pull away from me and I can't catch him. The Beetle comes in hot again but overcooks it on the brakes. Thankfully though he plays fair again and does his best to avoid the collision. Now at this point I catch a glimpse of a car that's in 1st place, and that's been the first time I've seen him all race. So either he's made a mistake, or myself and the RCZ are managing to close down the gap. What I could really do with now is getting a bit closer to the RCZ, picking up a slipstream, and hopefully both of us can drag ourselves up to fighting for the 1st place position. For the next lap and a half, not a lot really changed. RCZ couldn't pull away from me and I couldn't catch him. So what I'm going to do now is skip ahead, we'll miss lap 4 and we'll rejoin it on lap 5. Now the RCZ got a horrible line through there, went wide, forced him slow, which actually made me go slow without realising. The Beetle comes up behind, gives me a little bit of nudge just to let me know he's there, but like I've said, rubbing his racing. I'm now focused on the Beetle, which is well within my streamline, until we get to this point here, and for some reason the RCZ just throws it off to the side. While my focus had been on the RCZ, I hadn't seen that behind me the Subaru had come steaming up, collided with the Beetle, sending the Subaru off, slowing the Beetle down, giving me a little bit more space, and that was thank you very much. At this point of the race, I've got one eye focused on the track and one eye focused on the Beetle behind me, who at this point in the race appears to be quite a bit faster. So focus on my lines, try and hit the apexes. But the Beetle had been a little bit too greedy on the corner, gone off onto the grass, spun, and he was out. That gave me a lot of room behind, now to focus on the first place car. Unfortunately, by the time I'd completed a couple more corners, it was quite obvious that the chance of catching the first place car had long gone, thanks to mainly what had happened over the last couple of laps, but at least I was in second place. The only thing I had to do now was just keep it on the track, keep focused, not make any mistakes, and finish in a well-deserved second place. We'll just fast forward through a little bit of this last few corners until we reach the back straight, at which point you can see the lead car is nothing but a tiny dot at the end of the straight before I've even got onto it. He's disappeared around the corner and I'm just playing catch up. We'll just follow through the next few corners and the last section without me spoiling it with my voice as we listen to the beautiful noise from the Aston Martin engine. Well, we didn't get the win, but I am happy to take the second place here at Interlagos. I'll just switch it into cinematic mode and we can watch as that beautiful Aston Martin crosses the finish line.